Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fullerton and welcome to Finance Department. I'm Dr. Wei-Li Lu, the chair of the Finance Department. I'm here today to introduce what finance is and why you should consider studying it. Finance is the study of money, and money is the store of value. It could be in the form of physical currency or in a cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. Regardless, this value is what makes the world go around. We make decisions on our values, and money is what makes those transactions possible. Our goal within the finance department is to help you better understand how the value chain works, so you can align it with your own value and careers. Investment banker on Wall Street, or a venture capitalist in Silicon Valley, or a risk manager for a Fortune 500 company, or a CFO in any corporation. It could also mean having the financial skill set to deploy money in the places and the courses that you care about most, the courses that will ultimately change the world. We have two concentrations in finance department: finance, risk management, and insurance. There are 6 different tracks under finance: corporate finance, investment, real estate, insurance and financial services, financial institutions, and international finance. Stay tuned for more information.
Hi everyone, my name is Dipasri Ghosh. I'm a professor in the finance department at California State University, Fullerton, and I'd like to take a few moments to tell you about the exciting field of corporate finance, which is one of the tracks that we offer. The skills that you would learn from our corporate finance courses would make you very marketable and versatile. A career in corporate finance means that you would work for a company to help it find money to run the business, grow the business, make acquisitions, plan for its financial future, and manage any cash on hand. Some of the impressive employment opportunities that have come from being a student at our College of Business and Economics here at Cal State Fullerton include positions with companies such as the Walt Disney Company, Boeing, Deloitte, Honda, and more. Finance professionals working in corporate finance often deal with the sources of funding and the capital structure of corporations to increase shareholder value of the firm. In other words, your role would be to create value for the company. That's really cool. You may consider pursuing a career in corporate finance if you have an interest in both finance and accounting. Some of the main activities that meet corporate finance objectives include designing, implementing, and monitoring financial policies, planning and executing financing programs, managing cash resources, and interfacing with the financial community and investors. Positions in corporate finance include, for entry-level, junior financial analyst, business analyst, credit analyst, cost accountant, and accountant. Mid-level positions include treasury analyst, budget analyst, senior credit analyst, financial analyst, and compliance analyst. Senior level positions include Director of Finance, Senior Controller, Senior Financial Manager, and Financial Planning and Analysis Director. And average salaries go well into the 6-figure range. Skills that are highly valued in corporate finance include the ability to work independently, direct to others, utilize organizational skills and pay attention to detail, communicate effectively, demonstrate proficiency using Excel and other spreadsheet programs, display interpersonal communication skills, exhibit teamwork skills, and read, interpret, and analyze financial data and statements. As you can see, a career in corporate finance is interesting, valuable, and lucrative. We hope that you join us here at Cal State Fullerton and consider the wonderful and engaging field of corporate finance.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Jolly, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about a specialty concentration within the finance department, and that's the risk management and insurance concentration. Well, I teach in the finance department, and I teach several of the courses in insurance and risk management. So let's talk about the curriculum. What kind of classes could you expect to get, and who are the faculty members that will bring you that information? Well, the faculty is comprised of a nice mixture of top researchers in the insurance and risk management field and industry professionals. And that combination is very good, very unique, because you need the researchers bringing in the current theories, and they publish in some of the best journals. And then there the industry professionals like myself. I'm the former chief actuary of the largest division at Pacific Life Insurance. We have chief risk officers, chief marketing officers, chief counsel that can bring in the real life experiences that they had or currently have on the job. So students in this concentration benefit from both those. In addition to the on-staff faculty, we often have guest speakers come in to the classroom. For instance, last semester, I had one guest speaker came in and spoke on underwriting cyber risk. So cybersecurity is big right now. It's a specialty field in insurance, and gave a really good talk that was very interesting to my students. And another one, we had a speaker from the auto insurance industry talked about how the pandemic has affected the auto insurance, and especially in Southern California. Some very interesting things that I had never thought of that come into play. So guest speakers help round things out, and again, bring in some real life experience into the classroom. So the topics that the courses cover include life and health insurance, property and liability risk management, insurance marketing, actuarial science, near and dear to my heart, and financial planning. The concentration gets a lot of support from the School of Risk Management and Insurance. This school is in the College of Business and Economics, and it's the largest and most successful insurance program in the Western United States. It's ranked in the top 15 of insurance programs in the United States by AM Best. And part of the school supports the actuarial program at Cal State Fullerton. The actuarial program is a joint venture between the math department and the finance department. And we've worked on it quite a bit in the last 5 years. And now the actuarial program is ranked in the top 3 in California and in the top 50 in the United States, as ranked by the Society of Actuaries. And we have lots of classes. So if you enjoy the quantitative side of finance, that's something you might want to look into. Now, everybody likes free money, and the School of Risk Management and Insurance has given out more than $1.1 million in scholarships over the last decade. Every year, it's a fun, we have a ceremony where we have professionals from the insurance industry come and help pass out the awards to the students. On the getting jobs, there is a lot of support provided by the school. Over 1,600 of our students have been placed in jobs in the insurance industry, most in Southern California, but we have students in Nebraska, on the East Coast. And it's not just that we place students, but we give them the skills to get entry-level positions. We have resume building and interview skills, and we have full-time staff members that will help you get a job. So when you're ready to transition from school to the workplace, you'll get a lot of support. One fun thing that we do is I-Day, which stands for Insurance Day. It's a job fair with risk management insurance companies. And well, pre-pandemic, we would set up a big bunch of tables in the courtyard, and each table would have representatives from different companies in insurance and risk management. And it's an all-day event. And I've had dozens of my students get jobs just from the connections that they've met at Insurance Day. Now, this past year, we had an insurance week. It had to be virtual, of course, but hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be back to having the live Insurance Day. So with all that, what kind of careers can you expect with a background, a concentration in risk management insurance? Well, here's a list of just some. The underwriter, risk analyst or risk engineer, actuary, financial planner, claims adjuster, data analyst. And there's quite a bit more. There's financial analyst or on the corporate side. So there, you get very competitive salaries. For instance, the median salary for actuary last time I saw was about $97,000, and claims adjuster was around $65,000. So the median salaries and even the entry-level salaries are very competitive. And that gets me to a point I really want to emphasize, and that is the insurance industry is in desperate need of acquiring new talent. I've heard the average age of an insurance employee is around 50, maybe even a little higher than that. I would be a young person if I was still working in the insurance industry. And so the insurance industry knows there's a problem, and we need to get more young recent graduates hired into companies in order to continue to thrive as an industry. So you'll be entering a field that is definitely looking for you. And the idea of risk management insurance as an industry, it continues to expand. I mean, just look what's happened in the last decade. We had a financial crisis that kind of caught everyone by surprise. Then we have a pandemic. The risk in the world is not going away. And so risk management has to continue to evolve, and the insurance industry is not going to go away. It's not going to get replaced by any other thing. Businesses wouldn't be able to survive in these environments unless they could purchase insurance to protect themselves. So anyway, that's just a quick little blurb about the concentration. So with that information, perhaps you'll find that this is interesting. We'll have Q&A later, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And I hope to see you in the classroom, not just on Zoom, but in a real classroom sometime in the near future. All right, that's it. Thank you.
My name is Marcia Lucas. I'm a full-time lecturer in the finance department at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm going to take you through our investments and financial planning track. Let's begin with a discussion of the courses available to you within this track. As a finance concentration student, you will take either the Introduction to Investments course, Finance 340, or Capital and Money Markets, Finance 342. Once these very important foundational courses are completed, you have a wide variety of specializations available to you within our track. If you're interested in personal wealth management and financial planning, you'll take Principles of Risk Management and Insurance, Retirement Planning, Estate Planning, and the theory and practice of personal financial planning. In the institutional asset management area, you may choose from real estate, investment analysis, financial analysis for investors and lenders, business valuation for mergers and acquisitions, capital markets and fixed income, options and futures, or the quantitative theory of interest. The finance department also provides a wide variety of practicum courses, enabling students to apply theories and concepts from their courses into real-life situations. Within the investments and financial planning track, we have 4 such programs, but only one mission: to prepare Cal State Fullerton students for successful careers in the investment industry. If personal wealth management is the area of interest to you, you might consider our certificate in financial planning. This certificate prepares you to take the Certified Financial Planner exam. If institutional asset management is the area you think you're going to go, you might consider the set of courses which prepare you to take the Chartered Financial Analyst, or CFA exam. Both of these programs provide opportunities for scholarships, which can help defer the cost of preparing for these exams. If you're not quite sure which direction you want to go, we encourage you to take our 1-unit lab, Finance 341, Student Managed Investment Fund. This class has no prerequisites and can be completed up to 3 times to help you gain a strong foundation in stock and bond investment techniques. If a career in financial management is the way you want to go, you may apply to the Titan Capital Management Student Investment Program. This is our 12-month practicum where students complete financial statement analysis in order to recommend stocks and bonds for several portfolios managed on behalf of the Cal State Fullerton Philanthropic Foundation. No matter which area you decide to specialize in, the Investments and Financial Planning track within the Finance Department at Cal State Fullerton has opportunities for you to excel.
The mission of real estate program is to promote and advance real estate education, including curriculum, student placement, research, and enrichment to local business community. We empower our students to succeed in the fast-paced, competitive business real estate environment. Our program covers general and specialized real estate knowledge, such as real estate finance and investment, market analysis, appraisal, real estate property management, and development. We help students solve complex challenges using lectures, discussions, site visit, and hands-on project. With a comprehensive course offering schedule, our program is one of the largest in California. Real estate accounts for 1/3 of the U.S. economy and employing more than 5 million people. Potential jobs include real estate development, mortgage banking, real estate brokerage and leasing, property management, construction, title insurance, and others. Cal State Fullerton has an agreement with California Department of Real Estate. 12 units of real estate courses at Cal State Fullerton are equivalent to 2 years of experience as a licensed salesperson and meet the equivalency of broker exam requirement. Cal State Fullerton also provides a fast-track certified property manager designation. We also provide fast-track for certified commercial investment members. The Center for Real Estate connects students with professionals and experts in the field and helps students to obtain internship opportunities with leading real estate and finance firms. Real Estate Association provides a medium for its members to gain practical knowledge and insight into real estate field through presentation by industry insiders, involvement in the community, and networking opportunities. The Center for Real Estate offers August training program. Our students also have involvement with industry leadership groups, such as International Council of Shopping Centers, Building Owners and Managers Association, Institution of Real Estate Management, Pacific West Association of Realtors. Career days on campus also provide opportunities for students to both commercial and residential real estate exposure. Cal State Fullerton is one of the top 13 institutions in the most recent global ranking for leading real estate research publications.
Hello, my name is Professor Joe Greco, and I'm going to explain the international track that we have in the finance department at Cal State Fullerton. Now, many people have asked, why should we have an international track? Well, it's not meant to be by itself all the time. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how it can also be an add-on to a track that you're already in. So, in answer to the question, why international? There are many reasons why you seriously consider a financial course or the track itself in your study plan. We know that every company in the United States today is involved in some way with the global economy, and that the growth rate of the global economy is set to expand dramatically over the next 5 years. Employment opportunities, therefore, have never looked better for the prepared student. And when we say the prepared student, we mean the preparation, at least by taking one or more courses that provide the financial concepts and skills to conduct business globally. Now, I'm going to explain the courses we have in the international financial track. And there are 3 of them. And here they are. Our first course in the international track is Finance 370, and it's known as International Business Finance. This course studies the risk management strategies, policies, and the actions employed by the largest corporations in the world that we call multinational corporations. In this course, you'll identify the risk environment of these companies and their financial management. You'll study the methods to finance their international operations, and you'll learn how to hedge exchange rate risk after you learn how exchange rates are determined. You'll also study from a global perspective portfolio investment, political risk in countries and its management, and the management of the multinational financial system. You'll also learn the most important computational skills related to international financial transactions. Our second course is called Finance 371, and it's known as the Export-Import Finance course. This course is a survey of global trade and an international business practicum, emphasizing the finances of the small to medium-sized company, as opposed to the multinational corporations that you study in Finance 370. In this course, you create a hypothetical company with a group, and you study the entire process of investing. That includes the logistics, insurance, and transportation processes you need when you set up an export or import company. You also learn the methods of financing, which means locating and obtaining funds, the available methods of payment that you have, and the short-term financing products to run the business. And this is for that hypothetical student-created company. The third course we have is Finance 375, and that's known as the Global Risk Management International Finance course. This course is a hybrid. It combines the introductory insurance course on a global perspective with the international finance course. This course focuses on risk management and its growing relationship with international finance. And in this course, you'll learn the application of best practices of international financial risk management, its principles, its techniques, and methods used by the MNCs, the multinational corporations. You'll analyze the risk management methods that are used to identify, evaluate, control, forecast, and finance global enterprise risk. And then finally, you'll identify and explain global operational risks common to large multinational corporations and the ways to transfer and finance those risks. So in summary, why take an international finance track, or why take an international finance course? Well, as I said before, every company in the world today is involved in the global economy. Preparation is important if you want to take advantage of those opportunities. But most definitely, keep in mind that any one of these courses is a great complement to another finance track. It gives you a great advantage, especially as you enter the global employment market. So good luck in your courses and in your careers.